So, as many of you guys probably already know, especially if you had a long history of viewing this channel, I used to be Roman Catholic. I left that religion because basically for how compromised the leaders are of that church and how that eventually happened was the teaching of the Roman Catholic Church kind of seeped into the dogmatic view of things. So the dogmatic view that they hold now contradicts directly what they previously preached. So there are some serious problems in the leadership, not necessarily the church itself, but the leadership of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of North America, at least, happens to have some leaders that just don't believe in orthodoxy, basically. If you obstinately reject any teaching of the church, and try to change the religion from the inside, basically, that is a serious problem. Archbishop Elpidophoros, who's His Eminence, the leader of the North American Greek Orthodox Archdiocese, recently published an interview. This is a long slew of things he's done. Basically, has everyone, pretty much the entire Orthodox community, on Twitter blocked every time he's corrected, every time he says something that compromises the faith. What actually happened here is he had this interview where he, amongst a number of different things that directly contradict, he's trying to change the whole religion from the inside. Like if you want to be Orthodox, be Orthodox. But if you want to found a different religion, just go found your own church. It's you can't change something that's so beautiful from the inside. It's like you lose it. And there's this one particular issue I wanted to focus on, related to pro-life issues. That he made a statement, that contradicted the teaching of the Orthodox Church on that issue, particularly, of course. And in that statement, he's just unabashedly against the Orthodox Church's teaching on this view. And, who cares if he contradicts himself later, because that's what people do all the time, who trying to obfuscate or confuse people. He's just someone who's trying to confuse people about the faith and try to make people think the Orthodox Church teaches something that it doesn't. And, what happened was, essentially, in that he directly contradicted the teaching of the Orthodox Church, and it's in a number of other ways, but I want to focus on that one issue that I mentioned. And it's so upsetting to me, as an Orthodox Christian, that people would try to take the Orthodox Church down the Roman Catholic or Episcopalian route of things. And orthodoxy is it's something that's beautiful. It changes your life. It from the inside out. It's hard to describe, but I don't know what I would do if I didn't have it. And people trying to destroy it, it's just crazy to me. So what I ended up doing, I sent I'm actually a member of the Antiochian Orthodox Church. I sent a letter to 6 different bishops. I know the Metropolitan recently resigned, so I just skipped on him for that. But when the new Metropolitan is quote unquote enthroned or whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and send him a letter too. But it was an open letter to the 5 bishops of the Antiochian Church. I feel in some sense, the bishops should be a little bit more interactive with people, especially with pastoral concerns of this nature, and they really need to have a backbone. I'm not saying that my bishops don't, because they're probably just unaware of the issue. But this is me basically sending them letters, official letters to their. There's one in Canada. There's 5 in the United States. Basically, I sent them official letters, basically detailing the situation, not really mentioning anything else about that one issue, because even though he had a couple of statements that contradict orthodoxy in the same letter, the interview, all I want to focus on is that one issue that I mentioned. But it's kind of like a human rights issue as well. So, it's close to home to me, and but again, this is just, I'm not trying to come off as preachy or anything, or all I was trying to do here is let people know about the open letter that I just sent out. I feel like I'm a little bit nervous if I get a response or not, but I don't want a response. I want them to take action, just to either not necessarily to pose His Eminence the Archbishop of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese, but to correct. I think even all they would need to do basically is issue their own statement saying, no, the official teaching of the Orthodox Church does not agree with this statement that the Archbishop made, and that's all I would need to say. So, I know there's a lot of controversy in the church now, especially the horrible war in Ukraine going on. It's tearing the church in two. So, with all the things everyone's divided on, we need to know what the faith is. And, if people are such, what's the word? I don't know how to say this in a nice way, but there are a lot of people who are pretty much spiritual adulterers in a way with the Orthodoxy. Not that that's a mean thing to say, but I'm not talking about lay people. I'm talking about the bishops, or people in authority, like politicians and bishops. If you're a politician and you claim to be Orthodox, or if you're a bishop, if you have power, that's like what the Bible says. The more power you have, it's from the Book of Wisdom. The more power you have, the more responsible you'll be for your actions. So, if someone's trying to literally destroy the church from the inside, you got to do something about it. That's all I'm saying in this video. Again, it went on a little long for 6 minutes, but this is just me announcing to my Orthodox friends on here who might be watching this video that I wrote a letter to all 6 Antiochian bishops in North America. And, soon, we should be back to our normal, poetry scheduling. I just released a book. That was American poet Elegy for the Light. What else? I'm releasing 4 more books. No, not 4, 3 more books. 4 or 3, I'm not sure. So, first one's going to be The Young Heart's Engraving, which is a veiled treatise about the war in Ukraine. We also have Baptism of Apathy, Banner of the Broken Cross, Part 1, Storm of the Worlds, which is an introduction to that long poem I was mentioning before. We have Baptism of Apathy 2, As She Surrenders to Silent Seas, and then the last one is Nuestro Casa Eterno, which is my Harmony and Leafy book number 5. So, I don't know, this is just something I wanted to get off my chest, but whatever. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for listening. Even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, I'm just trying to basically entertain people in these videos. But I know I put a lot of my personal life into here, but I would consider this a personal life thing. But everyone have a great rest of your morning, depending on what time you're watching this.